I am an African, or am I just? Being a descendant of Ham, who was fathered by Noah, who then fathered both Nimrod and Cushite, Cush being the father of Cushites in Ethiopia and modern-day Sudan, Nimrod being the builder of Babylon in Mesopotamia, which is now known as the Americas, the Southern Americas. Native Americans with their dark black skin like mine, taken from their motherland. Which one is their motherland? Is it Africa or Native America or both? Nimrod was the son of Noah. Noah, the chosen to survive and continue the legacy of humanity as God intended, had 8 sons. In these 8 sons, Josephus, who was an explorer, went to the north, giving birth to modern-day Europeans. However, what happened to the descendants of Ham? Ham was never cursed, as it is now believed. When Ham saw his father naked, it was a breach of immorality. It wasn't a breach of immorality. It was a breach of tradition and respect. And therefore Noah cursed Canaan. Canaan, who was his youngest. Canaan, not knowing if it's coming from the curse of his grandfather, went and wanted to take the land allocated to Shem, who was a spiritual steward amongst the 8 sons of Noah. Shem was then chosen by God to continue the spiritual heritage, not because he was better than all of them, but because within him the source code, the fire of spirit burned. So to keep God's people close to him, Shem was given the responsibility to let them know, do not go back to being associated with just dirt, to being associated with just what your flesh is made of. There is the bigger part of you, which is the spirit, that fire within. Shem then gave birth to the Arabs and Israelites. The 12 tribes came from Shem. Shem, who is a brother of Ham. Ham, which actually means burnt or dark skin, would then father the modern day Africans. He resided in the Ethiopias, giving birth to the sons and daughters of modern day Sudan. And he gave birth to Nimrod, who was a conqueror, a hunter, and strong-willed man who didn't just look at the earth that he was in and given as his restriction. He crossed the seas into Mesopotamia, where he left his lineage also there, or his seeds, which would then become the Native Americans, or what is now known as Aboriginals. They spread across the Caribbean. So am I just an African? Or am I an African and Southern American? Or am I the child of the earth in its whole entirety? Let us remember. Let us remember our history as it is and not as it's painted to separate us. We are the Son of Man, built from the dirt, and we are the Son of God, who is the Spirit and the fire that started the whole thing, even before the flood, even before Abraham, I am.